Okay. And then round. Hello and welcome, TechWomen. I am so excited to be with all of you today as we kick off Pitch Day San Francisco 2024, the culmination of TechWomen's Impact Development Program. Tonight, we'll hear from 15 of our country teams based in the San Francisco Bay Area as they pitch their impact projects. My name is Teresa Zhang. I am CEO of Treasure of the East, a global distributor of Chinese herbs. I'm also a 9-time TechWomen mentor, and yes, and I'm absolutely honored to serve as the MC for this afternoon's event. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge the tremendous amount of effort, dedication, and collaboration that has led up to tonight. The hours that emerging leaders and impact coaches have spent in events, team meetings, crafting and submitting deliverables, and executing on each stage of your projects. That commitment and that collaboration is a large part of what the US State Department aimed to inspire in creating the TechWomen program. Yet that journey has just been a singular component of what we have witnessed since emerging leaders just arrived in the US just 4 weeks ago. Several impact coaches expressed how much growth and confidence you've developed during this process. One impact coach shared that during the Impact Coach Speed Mentoring event, she heard many groups dramatically change and dramatically improve how you thought about, described, and connected with your projects because of the discussions you had. This is just one example of the incredible journey that you've taken since our very first events at Chime and Autodesk. Just think about all that you have accomplished in that time, how you've worked together, using your unique strengths to take on diverse challenges that each of you face and mold them into what you'll be presenting here today. It's been amazing to see the teamwork, camaraderie, and learnings that have come out of this process. Moreover, I hope these lessons extend far beyond your project and that each of you sees how much you've grown with the support of your mentors and fellow ELs. You should be immensely proud of your accomplishments. Congratulations to you and to your impact coaches who have also worked incredibly hard to get you to this point. Today, we recognize all that you have accomplished and we celebrate you. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors at Amazon Web Services for bringing us to this beautiful venue in the heart of Silicon Valley. AWS have been superb partners of TechWomen. They're hosting us here tonight for an additional event in Washington, DC, and they are sponsoring one of this year's Seed Grant Awards. A special thanks goes to tonight's executive sponsor and vice president at Amazon Web Services, Nandini Ramani. Are you here tonight? TechWomen also wants to express our deepest gratitude to Tina Shakur, Abita Bala, and Sky Hart, who have also worked tirelessly to bring us here today and to make Pitch Day San Francisco possible. To kick us off, I am really thrilled to introduce Tara Chklovsky. Tara is the CEO and founder of Technovation, a partner in empowering girls to become leaders and change makers in their communities. Tara is a fierce advocate for STEM education and educational opportunities for women and girls across the world. Her leadership at TechNovation has turbocharged the empowerment of girls in technology and opened countless doors to lift communities across the globe. Please help me welcome Tara Chiklovsky. Tara Chiklovsky.
Thank you, Lisa. And I couldn't be more proud to be here. I started TechNovation almost 18 years ago, and I'll say that we've been running in 120 countries because of TechWomen. So we exist because of TechWomen, and we're so proud to be able to say that. So for those of you who don't know, at TechNovation, we are the largest technology entrepreneurship competition for girls. We've reached roughly 400,000 girls to date, and we are the only, you can call it like the only coding program in the world that has longitudinal data showing that when girls go through TechNovation, 76% of them go into STEM careers. They go on to launch businesses. And I think there's one alumni here, which is amazing to me. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, we just released a very powerful report last week at the UN General Assembly. It's the status of women in AI worldwide. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what are some of the findings, because I think each of you as an emerging leader will find this data very valuable. There are only 91 countries represented in this report because we are using data from the International Labour Organization. So if your country is not represented here, talk to me, because I would love to see what data you have that we could incorporate it. So I'm going to work with Casey to try to show you just sort of the website and where you can find this report. So we launched the AI Forward Alliance last year in partnership with UNICEF. This is the only alliance working at the intersection of gender and AI at a global scale. So again, if you're interested in your organization being part of the AI revolution, make sure you connect with us and join this alliance. But we released this report, and you can go to the website technovation.org/TIFA. And then if you click on the Women in AI link, there's a report that you can download. Thank you, Casey. And if you download this, we'll just go over a few pages. So I'll talk a little bit about the table of contents. And it talks about some of the big talent gap, like how many, I don't know, I'll ask, how many of you think how many people there are in the tech sector in the world? How many tech professionals are there in the world? How many? Millions, but how many? 6 million tech professionals in the world? Yeah, it's a little bit more than that, because 6 million would be really sad. There are 18 million tech professionals, so 14 million men and only 4 million women. So if you think about that, that's less than 0.5% of the workforce. And how many of you have a smartphone and a laptop? And we work and we are here because of technology. And the name of this program is TechWomen. So there's a lot of work to be done. So we talk about the talent gap, structural barriers that women in tech face, and then of course recommendations for closing the gender gap. And so if we can go down, Casey, to maybe, yes, at the data review part. So if you click on the data review, you'll see this table, and there are a few sections of countries. So there are a bunch of countries that are on track to double the number of women in tech over the next coming 10 years. And then you can see what is the annual cost of bringing a technology program to girls so that you are doubling your workforce in the coming years. And so if you go down a little bit, the really cool thing is to click on the data tables at the bottom of this page. So this is just a Google spreadsheet, but it's very, very important. So you can see the first section is these countries that are really growing the number of women in tech. So I can see countries like Bhutan, Vietnam, Egypt. Is there anyone who wants to, I mean, you probably cannot read these, but if you go down, Casey, then you'll see this is a yellowish section. These are countries that have slower growth rates. And these are typically countries that have higher income, because as a country becomes more affluent, women drop out of the tech workforce. There's a lot of research to show that and why that happens. So you have to pay even more attention when your country becomes more affluent. And then if you go down, there's a section where these are countries that don't have enough data. There's only 1 year of data. There are 100 countries that are missing here. So that's why I'd be very curious if you know a data set for your country. And then there's a last section where there are countries that are actually declining. The number of women in tech is reducing. So some countries are like Jordan, Argentina, and it's very interesting to try to understand why is that happening. And if you go to the right of this table, we make a prediction based on the trends. What number of women will you see in the next couple of years? Casey, do you think you could scroll to the right? Yes, thank you. And then we make a prediction based on longitudinal data. How many girls should you be engaging today to increase the number of women? What is going to be the cost of doing that? And then we make a prediction. So the return on investment of bringing a technology program to girls is 565 times, because when girls go into a tech career, they earn roughly between 4 to 6x what they would do if they were in the service sector. And so the value to a country's economy is just enormous. So this is the most important investment you can make. So as tech fellows and emerging leaders, I would love for us to continue the collaboration and for you to join and see if you can bring technovation to your countries. And so the last thing, Casey, if you can go back to the website, yes, if you scroll down, there's a toolkit that we have developed. And if you click on the toolkit, it's a absolutely detailed guide that you need to start technovation in your country. So all the resources you need. How do you recruit a school? How do you recruit mentors? How do you get people registered? What are all the different types of flyers that you would need, social media posts, everything is over here. And so we are launching the season next week. For those of you who are here, I know you're going to DC. We'll be hosting our Technovation World Summit at NVIDIA. So if you're here in the Bay Area, I welcome all of you to come. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara. Sorry, I got carried away there. That's so beautiful. And I love what you had to say. I had no idea that the number of women in tech actually declines as a nation gets more wealthy. So yeah, absolutely shocking. And I love to see all the data. Okay, so now it's time to get into this afternoon's pitches. But before we get started with that, I'd like to give some brief introductions and reminders on how the team pitches and presentations will work. Emerging leaders, I trust that you've read all of the pitch day instructions that the IIE team has provided and that you already know what to expect. Our first reminder for everyone in the audience is to please remain quiet as each country team is delivering their pitch. Please respect the ELs who are presenting and help minimize any disruptions. As you can imagine, this is a daunting task. So we encourage everyone to keep your smile strong, have an embracing posture, and then show your full support when they conclude. Emerging leaders, you should all know the order of when you'll be presenting. The IIE team and I will also help you keep on track. Remember, when the team before you is presenting, your team should be ready for your own pitch to follow. As they go on stage, you'll step to the side, to the back of the stage with Angela, who will guide you to the stage. Your impact coaches may also join you on the stage, or backstage, I'm sorry. We have allotted 5 minutes for each country team's pitch presentations. This includes 3 minutes for the pitch and 2 minutes for a question from our judges. When your team is announced, the pitch slides you submitted to us will be presented on screen. Your team will come to the stage to present your pitch, and you'll be provided a clicker so you can advance the slides. I emphasize that your team pitch should not exceed 3 minutes. A timer will start as soon as someone from the team begins speaking. And after 3 minutes, you'll hear an audio cue to let you know that the team's time has ended and you should wrap things up immediately. So if we can we hear that cue? There's no missing that. Now, if you do exceed 3 minutes and 30 seconds, then your team will not be offered the opportunity to hear a question from the judges. We'll try to keep the event running on time, so we'll need to move on to the next team. For teams that do stay within your pitch time limit, we will have time for one question from the judges. I will ask one of the judges to ask their question, and your team should be prepared to jump in and provide a short answer, a 1-minute response at most. The person answering this question does not need to be the same person or people who gave the pitch. Whoever feels best qualified to answer the question should answer the question. We'll have a brief transition period between each pitch to give the judges some time to jot down their thoughts and their scores. Then we will introduce the next country team. Speaking of judges, I'd like to introduce you to our amazing panel of judges who so graciously have volunteered their time to be with us today and to evaluate our pitches. I am really thrilled from left to right to first introduce Helen Guasden, who is Executive Director, People Business Partner at Synopsys. Next, we have Beth Steinberg, founder of Mensch Ventures and 4-time TechWomen Impact Coach. Last but not least, we have Priya Koratkar, Senior District Manager of AWS Startups. Thank you so much, Helen, Beth, and Priya. We're so grateful for you for sharing your experience and your acumen with us today. Let's give it up one more time for our judges. In addition to the judges, one of 7 seed grants this year will be awarded by you in the audience. All mentors and guests received a small card with a QR code on it when you came in. That will prompt you to vote for your favorite pitch of the evening. You will need a Google account to access the survey, as all audience members are limited to 1 vote per person. We encourage you to have this ready on your phone so you can submit immediately after the final pitch. The votes need to be entered by 6:30 in order to be counted. The votes will be weighted based on the number of votes in each city. That means that the winner of the seed grant may be chosen from either host city. As a reminder, emerging leaders, virtual attendees, judges, and IIE team members are not eligible to vote as a part of this audience selection. So mentors, please keep that card close. And if you didn't get one, you can request one at the check-in table. Now, this is the moment we've all been waiting for, the pitch presentations. No, I'm not sure if it sounds like you're excited to begin. Are you guys excited to begin? Yes. Emerging leaders, I can say with certainty that this is one of the most supportive audiences that you will encounter anywhere. So I hope this helps with any nerves that you may be experiencing. You will do great. Now, to start us off with our very first pitch of the evening, we have Team Algeria.
Our time started? Try again.
Hello, everyone. This is Iya Basira. In 2023, Iya Basira and her 12-year-old daughter were raped on her farmland, and her husband was brutally murdered right in her presence. And this left her really traumatized. But on August 1, 2024, she joined the 10-day protest in Nigeria to protest for lack of food in her environment, for lack of food for her children. Well, she carried this pot on her head, a symbol of desperation. The statistics are alarming. 12 million Nigerian children suffer from malnutrition, while 1 in 5 children die before the age of 5. Due to terrorist attack in our nation, there's a decline of 40% decline in food production, leaving increasing poverty. Well, we have a solution today, and that's the farm box. It's a home-based farming which will use available materials like containers and sensitization programs to target unemployed women in Nigeria. We will grow high-quality, nutritious food right in the home, which will eliminate visit to unsafe farmland. Farm box is a beacon of hope for Southern women in Nigeria.
Starting in Idrishaga, where Mama Bashira is based, we are going to be launching home-based farm training. And this is going to be leveraging the faith-based organization that we belong to, as well as the TechWomen alumni community that we already belong to be able to target 2,000 households. And this should result in over 6,000 children who are going to be reached, with 30% of them reporting increased nutrition. Thanks to Alero, our web app is live, and women who sign up using the link will get targeted training to be able to receive information on how to sustainably plant, grow, and harvest vegetables, potatoes, and even yams right in their homes. In the long run, we're going to be launching our IoT-enabled farm box, and this is going to be using our AI-powered software interface to be able to give information, real-time information on plant health. Our solution is people-centered, and we can improve the nutrition of over 10,000 children, even in the first year of operation. And of course, empower women with skills for economic independence, while also eliminating the need for them to go to unsafe farmlands, ensuring their safety. We plan to make money by the subscription of our users, and this is also going to be coupled with the grants that we'll get from partnerships of aligned organizations as well as schools that we're going to be pitching our solution to. If we get the prize money, here is how we intend to use it. And we have Professor Adana, an expert in agricultural economics, who is going to be working alongside Temi, who has experience in designing curriculum, as well as Faye, who is also a STEM educational project manager. And they are going to be talking on how to target our solutions to the people that need it. Alero already designed our website, and she's going to be working on future iterations. I am Lolade, and with my experience in business development, I'm going to be handling all the grant-related operations. Join us in our mission to make nourishment available to children in Nigeria, one box at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Nigeria. We've had time for one question.
Phenomenal presentation. I'm really excited about your idea. I just have one question. I love the idea about the web app. Is there also a starter kit that you give for these women to get started with the home farming?
Yes, we have. So I have a polythene recycling company. We have waste sacks that we can give to 1,000 women. Lola, they have soy, so we can give them soys too, and also seedlings that they can use to start for now.
And then after that, they go onto the web and then it continues.
Yes, yeah. This is our most viable product. The first thing, our low-cost product that we are starting with, that's the sack and the soy. Thank you.
Yes, let's give it up for Team Nigeria. And next up, we have Team Jordan.
Afternoon. Welcome to Shams Al Urdun. Let us meet Samira. Samira is a 60 years old, living in the outskirts of Amman. She creates a wealth of experience and knowledge. Yet, she often finds herself living in the shadow, unseen, unfulfilled. Samira lives in a society where 60% of people report a poor quality of life. We are solving a problem of declining productivity and sense of purpose for women above 55 in Jordan. This in particular is due to lack of community spaces and activities for elderly. So, what if we can change that? Imagine a vibrant community of women like Samira, tailored specifically for Samira. Shams Al Urdun is a comprehensive platform, act as a central hub to provide access to valuable resources, including local cultural events, monthly health checkups and wellness program, skills development workshops to improve quality of life. This aligns with His Majesty King Abdullah II's vision of Jordan economic modernization. We will launch our MVP in 3 months, starting as a pilot program in the outskirts of Amman. We already started establishing partnerships with local community centers, TechWomen alumni, and local NGOs for event hosting and for sponsorship. We designed our platform to be deployed by December 2024. Feedback, iteration, and regional rollout by January 2025. Our Shams Al Urdun is designed for scalability and evolution. Over the next 3 years, we will expand into new regions to improve the quality of life of women like Samira across Jordan. New features and future features will include personalized event recommendations, among others. With the $3,000, we will ensure to allocate the fund strategically to build a strong foundation in 3 months, including 70% for platform development and marketing. Shams Al Urdun is built on a sustainable yet profitable business model, including partnerships, eco-friendly practices, and multiple revenue streams, including membership and sponsorship. By year 2, we aim for self-sufficiency. We are a team bringing diverse experiences. We know exactly the unique challenges faced by women like Samira in Jordan. Shams Al Urdun will transform Samira's lives from a silent observer into active community member. With Shams, all together, with Shams, we will shine Samira's lives as well as all women live in shadows. Thank you so much.
Jordan. Let's see if we have a question from a judge.
Thank you so much for the great presentation.
Thank you.
My question is around how you're going to market the platform to the population that needs the services.
Okay, our plan for marketing is to reach out the women in Jordan through newspapers, mouth of word, Facebook, and WhatsApp, the channels that they are actually using, and also through our partnership where they can communicate to the registered people in their platforms to communicate with them the upcoming events that we will be having on our platform.
Thank you, Team Jordan. Have a little bit more of a pause between teams to just make sure that the judges have enough time to jot down their notes. Right, next up, please welcome Team Turkmenistan.
Hello everyone. Today, I want to share a story that deeply touched my heart. In Buzmain, just outside Ashgabat, I met Aina, who lost her child before his first birthday. It's really heartbreaking because her story resonates with the story of mothers in Turkmenistan, where infant mortality rate is 32 deaths per 1,000 live births. As I'm pregnant now, it pains me to think about the challenges of all these women face. Our tech-driven solution is a user-friendly website designed to give the information on health, nutrition, and mental wellness. So we will be also launching second-hand service of baby items for under-resourced families. Through this service, we will engage those families and bring them to our website. We have also built a partnership with local NGO, Ganat, who already supports mothers. With Ganat, we will be holding workshops on nutrition programs and health, mental wellness. So to achieve all these goals, we have key steps. So the first one, we will do needs assessment in Düzmeyin to understand the key challenges of those families. We will also engage local leaders to gain their trust. We will give workshops to national health workers in order to understand and make them sure that they give effective communication and awareness alongside with our website. And we will also do community awareness campaigns.
Our growth plan has 3 key phases. The first year, we will focus on implementing our project in Düzmeyin near Ashgabat, building community trust and engagement. The second year, we will monitor our impact and we try to refine our program based on feedback that we receive and prepare to expand our project to other regions. The third year, we aim to create a self-sustainable model through ongoing education, community, and a strong partnership. And through this engagement, we will ensure that our project will continue further in other regions. And now I'm happy to introduce my team. Strong leaders. We are only 3, but we are strong leaders and we will help our country to improve mental and infant health. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Turkmenistan.
Wonderful project. One of the questions I had was your website. Is there access to internet across the country? So that's something everyone could access?
Thank you so much for your question. Yes, there is an access to internet, and we have already designed the website, and we already find a partnership who will be developing the website. So yeah.
Terrific.
Thank you again, Team Turkmenistan.
Thank you.
We're going to continue on around the globe. Team Rwanda.
Meet Keza. Keza is a secondary school student from the southern province of Rwanda, and she aspires to be a doctor. She misses 5 days every month because of a basic thing, like she has her menstrual periods and she cannot attend school. And apparently, Keza is not the only girl that faces this challenge in our country in rural areas. Over 30% of women and girls in rural areas cannot afford sanitary pads, 18% of them being school-age girls who miss school, which leads to 15 to 20% dropout rate among them. And that is why us as Team Rwanda came up with EquiPads for All. EquiPads is a simple but yet doable solution. We are going to transform reusable cotton fabric into eco-friendly pads. We're going to use seamstresses who will work on the working on the pads and leading to providing jobs to them. These pads will be cost effective and will empower these girls to now go back to schools. Our program and our project will first work with we'll develop the project, test run it for it to work. We'll get the prototype approved by the Rwanda Regulatory Board. Then we establish the local seamstresses training center and we pilot the pad donation in one school for 50 girls. Leading into afterwards, we'll implement the feedback collection and monitoring process. All this will be done in less than a year's time. Our growth plan is estimated that we'll use the seed budget that we will get. We also plan to expand the program to reach more than 50 girls in neighboring schools, continuing the expansion. We'll collaborate with the local schools, healthcare organizations, train-to-train process, where the women who have been working on the project will also now train other women to do the same thing. And we'll also leverage now social media to share the project to other people. For sustainability, this project, as you see, is part of 3 SDG goals, 3, 4, and 5. We will provide 35 reusable pads to shops, and we will involve community women, suing, foster ownerships and sustainability. So this is our amazing team. We have Fiona, who is in business. She'll be our business manager for this project. We have Esther, software developer, so she will be the product developer. We have Amina, who owns already a startup, so she'll be that. And I am a project manager, so managing the project. So thank you very much. This is our project. Equipods for all isn't just about pods. It's about changing lives. Thank you, Rwanda. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Rwanda.
Can you guys hear me? Now we can. No, great presentation, great idea. This is such a relatable problem across the globe. So thank you for thinking on behalf of all of us. I guess my question was, I love the idea about the mission that you have and having local seamstresses put together these eco-friendly sanitary napkins. How would you actually build them, the prototype? Do you have somebody, because your team is extremely efficient, but does somebody have experience from the healthcare industry who's going to guide you on how to do this, how to build the sanitary napkins?
Thank you. Can you hear me? We have reasons of why we chose South. Peace comes from that region. I mean, already works with local authorities. So these are existing channels or platforms that the government already uses whenever they want to channel any community-based solution. Myself, I have already worked with sanitary pads before, giving to these girls, but because I was just alone, I was unable to scale. So having these amazing girls together, we believe we can do it at a scale level. So we already have done that before. We are just now into scaling it and doing it more on a reusable purpose, because before it was just these normal pads.
And to add to what my friend is saying is that we don't have, if you check obviously on our profiles, we don't have anyone in the health industry, but we have friends, we have people who are interested in this project. So we spoke to them, we have friends who are doctors, who are nurses, and they would help us get to it. And in our country, Rwanda, before you even have any product be approved, it's tested through the Rwanda Standard Boards, which is the Rwanda Regulatory Board. So that's why we're confident that if this goes through, honestly, any one of us will work on it. Yes, thank you.
Thank you again, Team Rwanda.
Please join me in welcoming Team Libya.
Hi everyone. Let me tell you a story about a Libyan girl, 9 years old, who goes to public school system, where she gets to come across with technology in every setting in her daily basis. Laptops, phones, everywhere around her except for her school, where she's being taught the exact same way her grandparents had 50 years ago. Unlike her cousins in the US who get to access to modern educational tools, where they gain access and experience and knowledge to build a better and brighter future.
So if you have $3,000, how would you improve this girl's life?
Well, with $3,000, our Libya Cubed initiative will integrate modern educational tech-driven tools into influencing the 3rd to 6th graders by teaching them innovations and trying to create better ideas. Also by integrating 3D printers where kids get to create and modify their own classes by utilizing STEM classes, making education fun, creative, interesting, and joyful with hands-on experience, lifting that exchanging and lifting that learning from theory to practice.
And how are you gonna do that?
Well, the program will take place in the academic year 25 to 26. The planning phase will start within 3 months. We're gonna target a Libyan school in Tripoli where Ralim is alumni. We will train the high school savvies who also going to train the younger school children. At that stage will also include the supplies acquisition as long as the social marketing and the in-school marketing. Then goes to planning, then goes to the second stage, which is the implementation phase. And this phase, these high schoolers will implement a course of a 3 months training, 54 hours of high-tech training to these kids, teaching them how to use the 3D printers into their education, leveraging classes such as biology, math, into a better training experience.
And how can you employ these 3K to implement this project?
By leveraging our team experience, alongside with our tech alumni, she will work in Spytron, which is a company that provides 3D classes to kids, also under the supervision of Sabine, also another TechWomen alumni. Ranim will support us facilitate the training. Hannah will handle the logistics alongside Ministry of Education connections. Our finance savvy here will handle the budgeting and marketing, and myself, I will manage the project and manage the partnership as well.
Okay, and how can you ensure sustainability?
Well, one of the things we do that at the end of the year, we run the school event where kids compete for a grant. We will have these kids who have studied STEM skills by using the 3D printers run a team competition where they both compete. And that ceremony, we will invite future sponsors who will be invested. We will also run for national and international grants that support education. We will also have other private companies as part of social responsibility supporting these funds. And actually, we have one of our TechWomen mentors who provide a very positive example where parents for these kids have provided and funded their kids being taught and being trained for using the 3D printers once they found them being really inspiring. Actually, I'm not telling the story of one girl. This is the story of all the Libyan girls and TechWomen, and this goes beyond to the story of 1 million child all over Libya. Our mission is not only to improve the quality of education, but rather to reduce the inequality that these children feel among their peers counter all over the world. Our mission to change the narrative. Please help us change the narrative for Libyan kids so they can have a better future than the one they're having right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Libya. Thank you so much for your presentation. Unfortunately, the time is over, so we're going to need to move on to the next team. Thank you. I love so much the diversity of ideas and the diversity of presentation styles we've already seen here tonight. Next, please welcome Team Uzbekistan.
heard of autism in toddlers. When my nephew was around 2 years old, he didn't seem to start speaking anytime soon, and we started checking with doctors and changing treatment to treatment until at the age of 5, he was diagnosed with autism. Though we are doing our best to get him ready to life, he doesn't seem to go to school next year when he turns 7 and all his peers go to school. And we found out that we're not alone in this boat. 1 in 36 children are at a risk of autism. But good news for 2/3 of those children, if it is identified and addressed early enough, the 2/3, they still have good chance to be integrated into society, to have family, work. But in Uzbekistan, due to low awareness and lack of experts, a lot of children, they're either misdiagnosed or by the time they have a diagnosis, they reach the similar age of my nephew. So how are we going to tackle the issue? We have built an online tool based on mChartRF, which is used by professionals all over the world. We are going to make it available on the most popular social platform, Telegram, which is used by 70% of population, and it will be available in Uzbek language. And how parents will get to it? They have compulsory checkup in public clinic in the first 2 years of children, where we will be engaged with the polyclinics or public clinics to reach parents. And answering simple questions about their child, they will receive immediate response. And if their child falls into the risk, the next guidelines on the next steps will be given. And how are we going to launch our product? First, we are going to do MVP with 1 private clinic because of easy access, and we're going to fine-tune our product at this stage. Then we will have we'll roll it out to 5 public clinics, which are easier access for us in Tashkent before going countrywide. But our goal is to reach to the app launch stage where we'll incorporate telemedicine and community features. And here we are going to make our solution sustainable through service fee for telemedicine or consultation with doctors and subscription fee. And before we get to that stage, we're going to raise funds from our our existing network who have already helped us with other projects. And here's our advisory board and team with the complementary skill set. So what impact are we aimed at? If you look into Uzbekistan population, 36 million, and below the age of 5, there are 4 million people, which is 12% of the population. If we look into the ratio of 1 to 36, this makes more than 100,000 children in the risk pool. We aspire high to address 50% of it, but if we end up helping only 1%, we are already changing lives of 1,200 people. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Uzbekistan. Thank you for staying on time. And I'm very impressed that you already have an advisory board. I'll turn it over to the judges.
That's wonderful ambition. And you said you would start with some public clinics and then your stage 2 to penetrate more public clinics is the next step. How are you going to do that?
So, when you have intention to do good deeds, a week ago, the Minister of ICT, who are already implementing digital solution and digitalizing all clinics of Uzbekistan, he came to Palo Alto and we had a session on which we received his soft commitment to support, and already 1 person assigned to it, and also our support with the health ministry. We are relying on them to support us.
Thank you so much for your answer, for your presentation. I love the beautiful Uzbek attire as well. So many of you are looking absolutely stunning in the audience. All right, I think we're ready for our next team. Team Kenya.
What happens happens when you're not able to get a job after 1 year out of university. It builds depression, desperation, and fear over where you're going to live, where you're going to eat, and what your future holds for you. This year in Kenya, it led to one of the deadliest demonstrations led by Gen Zers due to overtaxation, high cost of living, unemployment, and underemployment. Now, Kenya's growing population is about 46% of people aged between 17 and 35 years. And despite sustained economic advancements in education and technology, many young people remain unemployed. This is particularly concerning for women, because although a third of female university students take up STEM courses, 40% of women remain unemployed after 1 year of graduation, compared to just 18.5% of men. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is where MentorMatch comes in. MentorMatch is an online platform built to connect, match, and empower young female graduates with professional women who will walk with them through their career journey.
We are using a three-phase approach in order for us to implement our solution, with the first phase focusing on having a website where the mentors and mentees can sign up, and we will have an algorithm to automatically do the pairing for them. Now, in order for us to have the community engagement part of it, we are going to have a Slack space where all of them can join, and together they can have peer connections. On our phase 2, we want to really personalize it, and we're using the same analogy as a dating app, where a mentor and a mentee will create their profiles, and upon doing so, it becomes very, very easy for them to match. We will now also introduce AI to make this whole process easier. Our phase 3 focuses on making everything self-sustainable. Now, how exactly are we going to be able to track performance? We are going to first check on how many people are we able to retain, how many mentors are we able to onboard, how many matches are happening, and at the same time also, how many job placements are happening as part of the platform. We also plan to commercialize this because we believe that whatever it is that we're building can be sold as an API and be integrated in different segments other than just STEM. Our solution also, and our strategy, focuses on different such as UN Sustainable Development Goals, those of which you can see here. Now, this is a thing. At the core of mentorship, at the core of MentorMatch, we have partnerships and collaborations. We have tried to identify partners who can help us gain mentees and mentors while planning to leverage on the TechWomen alumni network in Kenya to be part of this. Together, this is the team working on it with diverse talents, and we believe that as MentorMatch, we can
match, connect, and empower her.
Very nice, Team Kenya. I don't know if that was intended or if you sped through the introductions in order to stay on time, but we do appreciate it very much. Do we have a question from one of the judges?
Yes, thank you so much. It was a great presentation. Our question is around, is anyone else doing this in Kenya? And was there success or not success that you're aware of?
So the solution that we've seen that is being done in Kenya is just a website. It's called MentorList. And what happens is the mentors and the mentors will sign up, but it has not really kicked off as much. And one of the reasons is it's not focusing on women only. So we've had situations in Kenya where it's something on Twitter where you're told, don't look for a tech mentor because chances are high the person who's mentoring you is male and you never know what's going to happen. So it's a bad joke that we keep on talking about. So the solution that has been provided is MentorList, but we've seen more mentors signing up as compared to women. That is why we are thinking of MentorMatch, where it's women helping us, and even leveraging on something like the TechWomen program or Women Tech Makers program, which has 100+ ambassadors already. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Team Kenya. All right, now we've heard from 7 out of 15 of our country teams, and we're going to hear from just one more before we go into a break. So the next one that we have is Team Palestinian Teams.
Hello, everyone. This is Reem, my cousin, 9 years old. When Israeli forces took over her school area, she was trapped inside school for over 6 terrifying hours. The fear and the trauma she felt that day left her deeply shaken, and she was unable to speak for over several days. Because of her story, we know that emotional support needs to exist to help her and other Palestinian children that are living under similar circumstances. Reem's story is just one of many. Over 1 million Palestinian children now in their 5th generation of occupation. The field of epigenetics revealed that the trauma does not end with one generation. It lingers, altering the genetics of these children. The ongoing crisis deeply affects their emotions, mental health, and education, leaving invisible scars that will ripple through generations. Rimi Ruh is the first emotional support platform in Palestine, designed to create safe and interactive environment for children, helping them to express their feeling while learning. We are targeting 2 groups of children, younger and older. After an assessment, the younger children will engage in age-appropriate exercises and activities like breathing and visual stories, while older children will learn block programming and develop basic coding skills to create their own interactive stories while expressing feelings. Reem Ruh will launch in schools and community centers, seamlessly integrate our platform with the educational environment. We will start with interactive workshop with children, helping them to engage with our platform. By partnering with local organizations, we aim to expand our reach and gain resources and support needed to ensure effective implementation of our platform in school curricula. The future plan includes expand to other regions like Gaza, design feature for children with physical disabilities, and integrate AI features into our platform to offering personalized experience for the children. Meet our team who has a strong experience with education, engineering, and teaching. We believe that every child deserves a safe space to feel, heal, and grow. Together, we can empower them to rise above their circumstances and build a brighter future for them. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Palestinian territories. Way to rise above. Ellen, do you have a question?
Quick question. So thank you. That was very compelling in a really difficult time. Oh, my one question is, how will you get access to these kids? My understanding it's difficult to get in or out.
Okay, hi, thanks Stephen for your question. At first, we will have a partnership with the local organization such as Atamir and the Sharik organization, and they already have a connection with children, and also we will start in one city. It's a Jenin city. Then after that, Jenin city, because my friend Amal is from Jenin, we'll start at first in one school. Then we will go to other schools. And for Gaza and the other areas which doesn't have electricity, we will provide an offline platform for them, and also we want to train the teachers there so they can communicate with the children and spread our platform there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Palestinian Territories. Thanks to everyone in our first group of country teams for their excellent pitches and for starting us off strong. Let's show our love, our congratulations, and our support to teams Nigeria, Jordan, Turkmenistan, Rwanda, Libya, Uzbekistan, Kenya, and Palestinian territories. Well done, everyone. Now we're going to take a short break before we proceed. During this time, we invite you to network with your peers and mentors, have some snacks, and celebrate everyone who gave their presentation so far. Please be ready to be back in your seats at 5:15. This is 5:05, but be back here at 5:15 so we can hear the remaining pitches. Thank you.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it 'cause I know I'm cute. Ooh, baby. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. Ooh, baby. I be dripping so much sauce, got a bin looking like bread. Ooh, baby. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you, that's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine. Yeah. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. I like shot a nigga better over time. They just say I'm not the baddest bitch, you lie. It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here.
Hello. Hey folks, a quick announcement. You can use one of the training rooms back to have your dinner, and there's water and tea behind over here.
Hello. Hi, everyone. We're going to resume in briefly in about 2 minutes.
We can stop with something.
Hi, if we can have everyone return to their seats so we can resume. Thank you.
Welcome on back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the delicious and nourishing food. Thank you, AWS. Thank you, Tina, and the rest of the team here. Really appreciate everything that you've done to make this event come to life. Hope you enjoyed the delicious and nourishing food. Thank you. And the rest of the team. So we'll get started in just a moment. We need our judges back. And then we have our last 6 teams of the evening. So we'll get started in just a moment. We need our judges back. Then we have our last 6 teams of the evening. I don't know if you guys noticed, but as we were hearing the first set of pitches, we were gaining a little bit of an audience up in the, the high seats. I'm sure everyone was impressed with the professionalism and all of the creativity that you all displayed. Oh, okay, great. The rest of you, please come on back to your seats quietly. We are going to get started again with our final group of pitches. As a reminder, every team has 3 minutes to deliver their pitch, and the timer will start as soon as anyone starts speaking. You'll hear an audio cue at 3 minutes. That means you got to wrap it up. At 3 minutes and 30 seconds, your team will not have the opportunity to field a question from our judges, and we will keep on moving. So, yeah, for those of you in the audience, I think everyone's done a great job of this, but please be quiet and respectful of your fellow ELs. Please do your best to create a positive, inviting atmosphere for our presenters, big smiles, positive posture, and enthusiastic celebration. Now, to kick off our second round of pitches this evening, I'd like to ask you to help me walk back to
light to save a life. Imagine a pregnant woman on her way to the hospital with her son for an emergency. It's a dark night. Suddenly, a camel appears on the road. The car collides with the animal, and the accident is devastating. The pregnant woman, her son, the nurse, the ambulance driver, and the camel die instantly. This heartbreaking accident is a true story that happened in southern Algeria in March 2021 and highlighted the danger of camels being hard to see at night. Tragically, this is only one of the 500 accidents recorded each year in the area, among which 10% are fatal, or equivalent to one mortal accident per week. Camels are vital for many families in the desert. They provide meat, milk, and serve as means of transport. However, when they roam into the night in the road, they become nearly invisible, putting both drivers and animals at risk.
Our solution is to develop collars that are fluorescent, reflective, and adjustable for camels. These collars can be visible from a distance of 1,500 feet, allowing drivers to spot them in time and react to the accident. Imagine you're driving at night and seeing a shiny, glowing collar ahead of you. This will give you time to lower your speed and avoid a fatal accident. The collars are also lightweight and safe for the camels to move freely. They are also adjustable to fit all sizes of camels: big camel, baby camel, skinny camel, fat camel, all types. They will also include an ID for tracking, as currently the camel owners identify their camels by scarring them. The best part is the cost estimation for the collar is less than $3, which makes this solution both effective and affordable.
To launch this project, we will start implementation in Ilizi, an area where it represents the highest risks of camel collisions. We will start impact of 1,000 camels in the area. This will be our pilot program. We will also include, once we assess the success, we will also expand to other regions and as well incorporate technological features like GPS to track lost camels and send alarms. Our goal is to build partnership between NGOs and local suppliers and potential sponsors like oil and gas companies in the area, all to follow the sustainable goals like life on land to present the lives of animals and human beings, and as well economic growth to help local production. Our incredible team here is the perfect combination for this project, as we include expertise in tech, engineering, and safety. Iman is the interface with sponsors, Reem is the interface with the suppliers, Nassima is the interface with the NGOs, and myself and Nassima involved in the model design. All of this for the goal to save lives and reduce accidents in Algeria.
And as the Quran reminds us, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا كَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. And whoever saves one life, it is like he saved all mankind. And you can help us to achieve this. Thank you.
So much, Team Algeria. I believe we do have time for a question.
We do? Okay, perfect. This is such a great idea, simple solution. I love the simplicity of it. So thank you for even like making us aware of this. I wasn't aware of this problem. Quick question on those, the neck belts and things you're gonna put. How are you gonna manufacture them? Who's gonna manufacture them for you? Would love a little bit more insight into that.
Thank you. During the project preparation, we have consulted several suppliers in Algeria, and we have a supplier that can create these types of colors, as we have the products already in place, which includes reflective and fluorescent colors. So we already have suppliers in Algeria, which will help us improve our local production in Algeria.
Team Algeria, I appreciate the onomatopoeia, collars against camel collisions. Yeah, wonderful. I think all the teams are aware of the order. I don't think there have been any changes, and that our next team is getting ready. Yes, are we ready? Yes, we are ready for Team South Africa. Welcome.
Dum. Can you hear that? Dum. Dum. That is the last breath of 9-year-old Temba, who tragically took his own life earlier this year, leaving behind a suicide note expressing his feelings. What if we could change that? What if we could teach children strategies to communicate and manage their emotions?
A survey conducted by UNICEF showed that 7 out of 10 children in South Africa in 2022 felt the need for mental health support. 50% of adult mental health issues come before the age of 14. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group has had an influx of numbers from the children population.
We need to do something about this. Our solution is the Know to Grow program that helps students from that empowers students from ages 6 to 11 from rural communities. The program helps them recognize and regulate their emotions through a toolkit. The toolkit contains a feelings workbook that uses weather as an analogy to communicate feelings.
Hey, Apiwe, how's the weather feeling inside of you today?
It was rather rainy this morning, but since you gave me this tool, the sun has come out.
Our toolkit will also include some self-regulation tools that are inexpensive. Our solution is based on neuroscience research. We intentionally have made it not tech-based
because technology often triggers mental health issues.
The first phase focuses on building the program and toolkit in collaboration with partners and neuroscientists through Sarah's contacts.
Through connections with Apiwe and Pindiwe, we are going to be targeting the rural communities in Eastern Cape first, and we already have stakeholder buy-in from the schools and government.
A community-based facilitator will run our 6-month pilot, focusing on workshops with parents and teachers, followed by fun activities with children.
Our pilot program is estimated to cost $1,800, and that includes the materials, the facilitator, and our branding. Thereafter, we'll do other grades in that same school and then focus on regions and then provincial expansion.
To sustain our solution, we have partnered with mental health organizations, corporates, as well as governments that have already agreed to be part of our advisory board.
Data will be extracted from the crisis hotline numbers to really determine if we are making this impact.
Once validated, we plan to build a web platform where we'll share our findings and materials.
This is our diverse team. We bring a unique set of skills. By helping children to recognize and regulate their emotions, we plan to minimize these tragic outcomes.
Don't let Themba's story be just a statistic. Let us work together to help children know to grow.
Thank you, Team South Africa. Thank you to the team Know to Grow. I can really see the fingerprints of your branding already. I think we have a question.
Yes, thank you so much. It was a very compelling problem to solve. And I appreciate the presentation. You mentioned that you have stakeholder buy-in already from schools and the government. Can you speak a little bit more specifically to that?
Thank you for the question. In South Africa, we've got different provinces. We decided to focus on one province, which is Eastern Cape. What we have done is we've contacted the Premier of Eastern Cape, who has referred us to the MEC for the education, who has further referred us to the DDG and all the stakeholders within the line of education in Eastern Cape is covered. We further discussed with the schools because Apiwe and I are already working with the schools in Eastern Cape. So we have communicated with the stakeholders within the schools. So those basics are covered. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team South Africa. I know I've already said that I love the diversity of ideas, of the problem areas that you guys are addressing. I also love how every team speaks with a slightly different accent. It's really delightful and beautiful to hear. All right, next up, please join in welcoming Team Pakistan.
Good evening, everyone. Meet Fatma. She's a 35-year-old woman belonging to Tharparkar, one of the rural villages of Pakistan. Her life is very challenging. She is uneducated, financially dependent on her husband, who recently lost his job, and a primary caregiver. But despite these challenges, she is very skilled in handicrafts. In fact, the dress that I'm wearing today is a Fatma original. She builds this really nice handicrafts and other scarves, which makes one wonder that why is such potential actually untapped? Well, Fatma's life is not unique because 4 out of 5 Pakistani women are unemployed. 52% of them are caregivers, but here's the interesting part. Of all the artisans in Pakistan, 81% of them are women who have a dream to achieve financial independence, but are hindered by factors such as lack of awareness, market inaccessibility, and middleman exploitation who takes their major profit shares. So what's the solution? We are presenting Dhani, That's Pakistan's first AI-powered content creation, digital marketing, and direct sales solution for handicrafts. With a very simple three-step process, we are proposing that these female artisans can actually monetize their crafts and get 100% for their whole hard work. With basically, it's going to be an Etsy for Pakistan with an AI and digital marketing cherry on top. So how are we going to do it? We are actually going to start small. We are going to start small from Tharparkar, and then we have a plan to scale across the entire country where handicraft is taking place. So basically, this is a small budget breakdown of the total activities that we could achieve with the seed grant and the future features that we are planning to incorporate, which includes more local languages, because currently we will offer Dhani in Urdu and English only, an LLM edition, some global market reach, and the localized features. So the best part about Dhani is that community collaborations and partnerships are at the heart of Dhani, and we will actually partner with various NGOs and NPOs already working for the female artisans to access them. And we are going to create a global community to do so. So just imagine the impact that Dhani could create. We are envisioning to tap the lives of 0.5 million Pakistani women who are skilled at handicrafts, and actually Dhani will not only empower these women, but also boost the country's exports. So we are going to achieve this with this wonderful team over here. This is me, Rabia, and we have Dr. Uzma, Hira, and Kuratulan Qureshi, and Ifra Ayub. So that it would be great if you guys can give a round of applause for Team Pakistan. And this is our solution, Dhani, from to catch.
Thank you to Pakistan. Thank you to Dhani. I love the demonstration of your product. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much. It was your outfit's beautiful. Nice handicraft.
Thank you.
Our question is really around logistics. How will the items be sent? How will you get them to the end user?
So actually the idea is that there are various NGOs and NPOs already working in those areas, and we would partner with them. We actually mentioned some of the names in the slides, and we would partner with them to do the order fulfillment. But that's just one part of Dhani, because we are also helping the artisans to earn through content marketing. So they have other streams of revenue as well.
Yes, I just want to add to it. So for the logistics part, we have already placed marketplaces with whom we're going to partner, and we are already in contact with them, and they will handle all kind of logistics part of it. And they will take the handicrafts from these ladies and will deliver to the customers.
Major contribution will be from the NGOs and NPOs in this regard.
That is the part of marketplace.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Pakistan. Again, I love hearing the accents from every country team, a little bit different, but also beautiful. We are now going into the last quarter of our pitch event tonight. Our fourth to last is going to be
If you had to leave your country, if you had to leave your house immediately without ever going back, what is the first thing that you would grab? Is it your children, your pets, or maybe a family photo? Over the past few weeks, 1 million people in Lebanon have faced this reality. Some didn't even get the chance to pack an emergency bag. There is no single platform that provides Lebanese people with reliable and accessible resources during a crisis. The problem we are addressing is how best to care for these displaced people. Lebanon is a highly technical country. In emergencies, we see panic-driven messages sent across WhatsApp and social media, where information is scattered and often unreliable. People scramble for help and information becomes fragmented. Team Lebanon will build a platform that changes the current chaotic reality. Haddak Lebanon, which translates to next to you, Lebanon, will be a reliable, private, data-driven, and easy-to-use platform where people can find crucial resources when and where they need them the most.
So we have given ourselves 1 year to make a huge impact. We already established partnerships with several key organizations where we work, including the American University of Beirut, the Food Heritage Foundation, Two of Us, and Teach for Lebanon. And we're in collaboration discussions with several key ministries, such as the Ministry of Telecommunication and Social Affairs, to make this work. With them, we are going to build the first prototype using their tool sets. And then after the 6 months and the release of the prototype, we're going to work on increasing functionalities by the help of more partners and donors. We are seeking today a seed fund of $12,000. $3,000 will come from TechWomen, and the remaining will come from crowdfunding, grants, but also angel investors. So please, if you have any recommendations, feel free to reach out to us after this presentation. We have a quite diverse team that is highly qualified and that we believe can make this happen. So we have Nisreen Boughannam and Zahra Swaydain in software development, Sultan Slayman in data management, Hala Aukar in user experience, and myself, Kristal Bouharib, in business development. Noura El Mirabe will be responsible of partnership. However, she regrets not being here today since she wasn't feeling well. As Khalil Gibran said, if Lebanon was not my country, I would have chosen it to be my country. We would all choose Lebanon again and again to be our country, despite everything that's happening. And we believe our country can shine again. And we really believe that you can help us with $3,000 make this dream come true.
Wow, Team Lebanon, thank you. What a timely solution. Turn it over.
It's an awesome idea to connect people that can't get connected. We've seen a lot of that displacement happen, particularly recently, but it's been going on for years. So great idea. So what's your way to, or your plan to connect with the people that need to connect with each other?
Okay, thank you for your question. It's a crucial one. Actually, we will be partnering with experienced organizations, including governmental bodies or municipalities and NGOs. And these partners have already potential solutions, tools, and data in place, and we will benefit from their experience and their data in order to develop our platform and to spread the link across Lebanon. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Team Lebanon. I think we're just about ready for our next team, hailing from Cameroon. Please join me in welcoming Team Cameroon.
Hello everyone, I'm Cynthia and we are Team Cameroon. Sadly, my Aunt Philly's dream of becoming a mother is crushed and her husband has left her. And on top of that, she faces societal shame, all because she learned about having uterine fibroids late. Each of us here knows someone with an even sadder story, a reminder for the urgent need for support and information for women. In Cameroon, there are over 14.3 million women. And many times research shows that most of the women find out about their uterine fibroids when it's already late. 70% of the time is because of stigmatization and ignorance. This leads to physical effects like infertility, chronic pain, excess bleeding, miscarriages, and in very dire situations, death. So we're here today to show you eDoctor, our innovative solution that is meant to provide women like Feli with innovative and informative health support and information. Starting with Bakingili, where Ivana already has a footprint, we would host sensitization campaigns and introduce our app, eDoctor, to the users in the community. We would show them how the app can serve as an AI companion where they can use for AI diagnosis. It would also show them, it would also educate them and inform them of the hospitals nearby with ultrasound machines. And it would also have a community support forum for the women. We plan to launch our project in July of 2025 because it's a month of fibroid awareness. And we'll start by stakeholder advocacy. Secondly, by then we should have also established the core features of the app in English, French, and Pidgin. We will also start working with our partners, Hero Foundation and Mom and Baby Foundation, because first of all, we already have contacts with them. Ivana also works with one of them, and they also have very strong connections with the community health workers in the villages and in many rural areas. By the first 3 months after launching, we expect to have a 25% increase of women who have gone for early diagnosis in Bakingili community. The risks that we anticipate will be stigmatization, funding limitations, and even user engagement and retention. We plan to grow after the first year by expanding to other communities, connecting with other NGOs, including paid features in the app, and also having our users have gynecological consultations. The overall first year project cost of our app or our project is estimated to be $2,000. We plan to keep sustainability by continuous contact with organizations, including the TechWomen alumni organization in Cameroon, so that our project can have an easy transition into the communities. Here is our indomitable team. Myself, the project manager, Dilly is in charge of the awareness campaigns, Regina, who will be the AI implementation person, Alice will build the app, and Ivana will be our medical expert. Together, eDoctor, empowering one woman or women at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Team. Thank you, Team Cameroon. This is such a great idea. Thank you for sharing with us. Did I hear you correctly say that there is some stigma associated with this? So I'm just curious with that, how would you help more people adopt the app? Like, would that be a barrier for you guys, given there's maybe a little bit hush-hush about it?
So yeah, there are stigmas, but given that Ivana and I, we carry out campaign against social situation issues and challenges faced by women in the rural communities. We are going to be leveraging working with local chiefs, the local administrations, and women's meetings, because we'll have what they commonly call the local Njangi, to engage the women and the men to hear us, and so that they no longer stigmatize this situation.
Thank you so much.
Just to add to what she said, so our app is in 3 phases. The last one is really around, we would create a forum. So we have like Figma designs already. So we are going to have a forum where it's a safe space basically. You can come in, you sign in incognito mode so that no one knows you're even browsing there. You go to the forum, you read stories from other ladies. You could maybe send a message, it shows anonymous, because no one wants their face to be in broad light. But if you go, you're anonymous, you can chat with other people, you get their perspective, you can contact them, and it's really just going to help step up. Thank you.
Thank you for thinking about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team Cameroon. I appreciate whenever we women create safe spaces for other women. We have our penultimate team coming up now. Hailing from Central Asia, we have Team.
This is Madina. She's 16 years old.
and only tools for learning she have is a pen and notebook. It is commonplace for teenagers in rural Tajikistan. While we take for granted our access to World Wide Web, the world outside Madina's window is the only world she knows. She has never seen a computer, and you can imagine what that means for her future. Unfortunately, Madina's story isn't unique. There is 70% of teenagers who are in the same boat. We are growing up in the world that's incredibly digital, but they are left behind. How can we ensure to contribute to their future and to the future of whole Tajikistan? This digital divide not only limiting their personal growth, but also the whole economic potential of Tajikistan. That's why we want to change the story and make resources available for hundreds of girls like Madina. Our mission is to create an after-school program in Nosiri Khusrau, where we will teach teenagers basic digital skills. We will teach them how to use internet, create word processors and spreadsheets, and create presentations, the tools that are vital in today's world. We will start small in one school, in one village, but we know that even one school can create a ripple effect. Once we prove our impact, we will scale our initiative to other schools, villages, and eventually to the entire country. Our plan is simple. We will engage with the local school, but we will launch our program by Q2. By Q3, we are planning to measure our success metrics by measuring performance our students before and after classes. This will help us to scale our initiative. We estimate our project to cost us $3,000 for our pilot.
So our long-term goal is to create a partnership with local government and educational institutions. But how we can ensure that it will last? Sustainability is a key. We will partner with some NGO and other agencies. They will provide for us computers, networks, and other resources. And this is our team who will make this plan in real. And I want to leave you with this image. Together, we can make this vision reality. By giving young people necessary tools, we are not only giving the chance to change their lives, but also we are paving the way for brighter future for Tajikistan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Tajikistan. That's quite a digital gap that you guys are describing.
Wonderful. So we have two questions for you. First one is it just for girls or is it for both genders?
It is for both genders because we don't want to exclude any teenagers in Tajikistan.
Very inclusive of you, thank you. And then the next one is who pays for it?
Yeah.
Who pays for the after-school program?
Actually, we are already in contact with international organizations like UN, World Bank, who are widely working in Tajikistan and providing projects on such issues. And also we are in contact with Ministry of Education and also Panir Energy Company. And most important, we are in contact with USAID, who provide support in such issues.
And is the funding for internet, is internet access the issue or is it just the computers? Sorry, I had three questions.
So for internet, we are in contact with our local internet provider who agreed to provide us an internet in this area.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Tajikistan. We've heard so many great presentations, and I want you guys to bring the energy in joining me in welcoming Team Tunisia.
Hi everyone, we're Hope from Tunisia. Today I'm telling you the story of Jawahir's aunt, Amina.
She is a mom with 3 kids that have to go to school. With the dad's absence and financial needs, Amina had no choice but to go back to school after being a stay-at-home mom for more than 10 years. With outdated skills and no confidence, Amina didn't get the time to get the proper job, and by that, lost her children. This is the story of 1 in 5 women in Tunisia facing unemployment. 1 in 2 of them are not finding the proper skills training to be able to go back to work, and to make it all worse, they're facing mental health challenges. This is why we are hope for moms like Amina. We offer them a place where they can find jobs on our marketplace, where they can find the proper skills they need for these jobs, training for these skills, and also mental health support. So our coaches not only help them to find the proper job, but to succeed in it. To make it sustainable, we're working with companies that incorporate corporate social responsibilities, CSR, that are going to sponsor our work, but also pay us for every job placement successfully done. Because in Tunisia and other countries in North Africa, LinkedIn isn't very sexy for companies. Actually, we do it manually. And for jobs like administration and data entry, it's very hard to find skilled employees. Also, these companies are going to help create a circle of entrepreneurship where they're going to teach these women how to create their own companies and sell their products, and by that, empower them. We're also working with governments, NGOs, since in Tunisia we work a lot on unemployment. The deal is simple. First half of 2025, partnership with an NGO that we already have, create an MVP, already done at 20%, and launch an offline system. The second half, launch the marketplace, 10%, 10 cohorts, and 50% growth that we're going to double in 2026. For that, we're seeking $50,000, where it's going to be used for technology, marketing and operations, and of course, the legal side. Meet the team, a team of entrepreneurs with effective and already working companies with impact, national and international. We are hope. We are hope, company that is giving hope to women like Amina and future moms like myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team Tunisia. We definitely have time for a question.
So thank you so much. So $50,000 is your budget, which is a pretty large budget. So can you speak to specifically how you think you would be able to get $50,000? If you know, $3,000 is what we are allotting here. So can you speak more to it?
Yeah, of course. Actually, myself included with the team, we already have our own startups with a whole experience in raising funds. For myself, I raised more than $500,000 for my own company. So the first step we're going to do is to raise a pre-seed fund to be able to fund the MVP and of course the first year of operations. Thank you.
Very impressive. Thank you, Team Tunisia.
Thank you.
Yes. Now we have heard from all 15 of our country teams based in the San Francisco Bay Area. Congratulations to everyone here. I think we can all agree that the deep understanding, the passion, and the brilliance that you have demonstrated and that we have all witnessed have just been phenomenal. It's thrilling to think of all of the chain reactions that these projects will kick off. So one more time, let's show our love, congrats, supports to all of these teams tonight. Thank you. Let's also show our appreciation to our judges. Thank you so much, Helen, Beth, Pia, please stand up, make it bow. You guys have been amazing. Thank you. And as a reminder, we will be announcing the teams who will be awarded seed grant funding based on our judges and audience scores at the community celebrations held this Friday. Any winners from Chicago will be announced at the event at All Steel in Chicago, and winners from the Bay Area will be awarded from Juniper's Aspiration Dome in Sunnyvale. We'll celebrate again as well in Washington, D.C. next week. Now, emerging leaders, after hearing your pitches tonight, I am even more convinced that each and every one of you is equipped with the tools and the networks that will help you continue to thrive in your careers and to lift the communities that you represent and connect with right alongside with you. And don't forget that this is indeed a competition for seed grant funding, but I hope that regardless of the outcome, you don't lose sight of the larger goals and the vision for your country and communities that you shared so eloquently here today. It's women like you who will ultimately change the world and inspire the next generation and women and girls as well. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful week. We look forward to the final weeks of the program together. Okay, I am now going to hand it over to Gabby, who is going to, oh, do we have Gabby here? All right.